work from home era ends for millions of Americans. This is from a real newspaper called Wall Street Journal. A Labor Department report released this week shows 72.5% of business establishments said their employees telework rarely or not at all last year, compared to 60.1% in 2021. The survey showed about 21 million more workers on site full-time in 2022 compared with the prior year. Several large companies have said they have their employees to report in person more often, and they said they began pushing harder to get staff to work on site more often as recession fears prompts an increased emphasis on worker productivity. Walt Disney Company now pushes for 4-day a week on site, and Meta Platform Inc.'s Zuck said that in-person time helps build relationships and get more done. The share of business establishment, a hybrid arrangement where employees split time between home and work site, decreased in all measured industries in 2022 from 2021, declining 13.4% across the private sector, according to the Labor Department. Tom.
There is a lot going on in here, and I'm about to go like to 1.5 mode, if that's okay. So you have all these people that are upset about work from home. Well, guess what? With the recession coming, it's about to be go back home, and you could get laid off and lose your job. Here is what's going on in tech. Remember tech, the darlings of the liberal side that take care of other people and make them special organic pizzas in the Google cafeteria. Here we go. Apple is threatening to take action against staff who aren't coming to the office 3 days a week, and they're going to monitor your badge to make sure that you do, because they think, quote, with the recession coming, we need collaboration. Then Oracle is forcing some employees to come back to the office. Larry Ellison comes out and says, we've missed the benefit of in-person collaboration and mentoring that drives our creativity, improves our decision-making. It helps us learn from one another, especially as we come into a competitive era.
Bungo. Translation,
recession coming. Let's get in the huddle and get shit done.
Tree number 2 gone.
Says Mark Benioff has revised the plan to stack rank the bottom 5% the way GE used to in the 80s, 90s until Jack Welch retired. And he said the annual strategic plan will include return to office mandates because we have a vision, V2MOM. So V2 MOM, which stands for vision, values, methods, obstacles, and measurements for the new year. And measurements are hard to take place unless people are here working together on teams.
Tree number 3.
Then Amazon's HR chief sent a memo rejected. What I sound like Chick Hearn here. Rejected. March 24th, just the other day, our HR chief formally rejected the internal petition by 30,000 Amazonians, as they prefer to be called, who signed it and said that the return to office RTO mandate was unfair to them. Their comment was, we respect the petition and we appreciate your collaborative nature in which you brought the issue forward. However, the RTO mandate that Andy Jassy has outlined will stand. We need, here it comes again, collaboration and teamwork. I can't respond to every accommodation request, but this is the decision of corporate. Now then, guess what you heard in there like 7 times? Collaboration, teamwork, recession, tough environment. Let me tell you, you want to complain about work from home, there are Reddit threads out there right now, Pat, that are warning each other, hey, if you may have an opinion, but go light on it. You don't want to get targeted if we have to do a bunch of layoffs and you're on the work from home and you've been kind of pushing back too hard against management, be careful. So there are voices on the Reddits that are reminding each other, yeah, show your opinion, but I don't know if I want my signature on a petition, because if they're looking for layoffs, I don't want to be seen as a troublemaker. Whereas corporations, it's not about troublemakers. We're about to go into a recession, and they're talking about getting stuff done, driving hard, and building stronger businesses during it. And by the way, I'm not leaving out Mark Zuckerberg, because you just read in the summary here, he says in-person time helps build relationship and get more done.
Adam, and I'm sorry, Pat, not to cut you off for everybody who's watching. And me and Adam lately have been really into the planet and Earth. All the trees that you killed. Can we just take a moment of just silence for all the trees that Tom just killed for that one bit? But I appreciate it.
You're funny. But you know what? You know how sometimes you listen to every single news station and they use the same line? You know that one clip that shows like 75 different anchors all saying the same thing, same thing?
Yeah, it's like a central
narrative.
By the way, you can tell all of these guys also talk to each other.
100%.
Every one of those guys got on a call and we said, let's use the word collaboration.
Yep.
So Let's throw a bunch of words against the wall. Which one do you like the most?
All those stories are 72 hours from beginning to end, that everything I pulled. It's all together.
What do you think are the chances they had a call together, that they all spoke to each other?
10,000%.
Okay, I'm with you there. And by the way, guess what? Now, all the people that are saying, well, if you don't offer a work from home, we're just not going to do this. But by the way, let me tell you a crazy story. I can't tell you who.
Leverage is over.
I can't tell you who, but you know who, and I'll tell you after the call who. This week, two of these biggest bankers in all of America, okay, very well-known guys, we got on a call. They're the best team in that company. You know who they are. I called them after 6 months of back and forth. We're giving them some money. And I said, here's some money. I want you to look at and give me some options of investing into things right now. You know what his answer was? He says, we'll take the money and we'll put it in cash. And we're not buying anything right now because we believe that S&P is going to go to 35 and there may be a chance that S&P goes to 32. S&P today is around 39.88, around 4,000, okay? To go from 4,000 to 35, that's a 15% drop off, okay? To go to 32, that's a 20-something% drop off. Exactly 20% drop off to go to 32. So these guys, all the big Wall Street guys, are all sitting around saying there's probably a very big, drop off coming up here soon, the next few months. To say they're aligned on the same page together, most of them are. It's very rare you tell a salesperson, take some money, go sell me some products, make some commission, and for the salesperson to say what? No.
No.
How often do you hear a salesperson saying no to making commission? You rarely hear that, okay? This happened to me. Today's what? Today's Tuesday. This was on a Friday call that I had with these guys.
What do you think of that approach?
Well, first of all, I love that approach. I love that approach. That's the right approach. But if you do it that way, and you know what I told the guy? I said, let me tell you guys something here. I've been around the block for a long time. You treat me right, you'll have me for a lifetime. You don't, you don't. I said, I'm just getting barely started with making money. I'm 44. I'm in the money-making years. We got 20, 30 more years of making money. There's going to be more investments that we're going to be making together. Moral of the story is this. More of these guys who are running companies, who laid off 19,000 employees? Is it Accenture?
Disney?
No, it's I think Accenture. Is it Accenture that laid off 19,000, Rob? Yep, Accenture to cut 19,000 jobs as IT spending slows. This is 19,000. If you can zoom in, 19,000 jobs they're laying off, right? Left and right. Yesterday, Jeff Bezos had a video. Jeff said, if you're right now sitting around seeing what's going on in the marketplace, everybody is bracing for a recession to come. And it's coming. Jeff is talking about it. He says, the advice I would give to the average person is, if you got some money, take some chips off the table. If you got some savings, don't make any crazy decisions right now. That's what Jeff is talking about. Because we don't know how bad it's going to be, the direction we're going on. Unemployment, we're going to experience all of this stuff that's coming here, right? And all of those guys are now going to say, well, if you don't let me work from home 4 days a week, I will not work for you because I got 4 other options. You know what you should say now? I totally understand, sweetheart. Go somewhere else because this isn't a place for you. That's what all of those guys are saying together, and they're very aligned.
That leverage is over. You are so right. And
it's not leverage, Tom. That abuse is over.
Yes. Yeah. The companies felt abused. The employee thought they had leverage, but it turns out to be fake leverage. And by the way, this is Accenture. This is not Amazon saying we're laying off. What was it? I think Amazon was like 19,000 plus 9, and they came back and it was like 27,000 overall. This is Accenture. This is not warehouse workers. That's freaking Accenture. These are highly educated white-collar workers in finance, accounting, and professional consulting. Yeah, 9,000 more in addition to 18,000. Yeah, so Accenture is like, I'll see your 18,000 and raise you 1,000.
By the way, we talked about this. I want to say, you can tell me the date on this. We talked about this at the peak of COVID, where it was, we talked about how if you can go get a raise, go get it, go do. Do you remember that conversation?
Yeah,
and I said, don't do it. Mm-hmm. I said, I'm telling you, don't do it. It's going to backfire. No, go do it. All those years of social capital you had with a company, when you left, you lost it. all of that loyalty, the relationships, all of that, you lost it. It's gone, right? You don't have that anymore. The people that didn't do that, they deserve to be recognized. Those who did do that, they're paying a price today.
I believe we were in
Well, they're
Boca
mercenaries, right? What does a
2021.
mercenary
It
do?
could have been in Boca. You're right. I think it was a Boca thing.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does a mercenary do? A mercenary shows up for the temporary war and then goes off somewhere else
Gets
because they're
paid,
paid
kills, and
soldiers.
leaves. Yeah.
They're paid soldiers. So if people wanted to be mercenaries working for Amazon, and then Amazon now lays them off because they're like, these folks here are dedicated and working, man, what goes around comes around, you know, as they say, FAFO, you know, so...
Yeah.
And guess what? People are finding right now level 10 of that experience.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.